Casual Scale Modeler here, and while I'm deciding on which project to work on next, I'm going to show you off my classic projects. In the last video log I made, I talked about all the projects I did before I started the channel, but were relatively modern. Now I'm going to go over the stuff that I did a long time ago that I actually kept. I kept very little of what I had built at the time, but I did keep some of it. Just the better ones, actually. So let's go backwards chronologically and start with the one that I did the most recent, which was actually completed in 1995. And that's this one. This is a 69 Torino Talladega in my favorite color combination of the light blue body and the gray interior. And this was done with rattle cans. The interior and the body were sprayed just with rattle cans, and that's it. And this thing probably came out incredibly well, actually, overall. It was still put together with the testers, red tubed model glue. But other than that, it came out very nice. So 429 Cobra Jet, got the decals on the air cleaner and the battery. The mirrors actually had to finish up when I put it out on display, when I got my display shelf put together, which was fairly recent, just before I started my channel actually. I actually had to paint and glue on the mirrors. They hadn't been done. They'd been sitting in the box on the sprue for 20 years. But I did that real quick, threw them on there, and yeah, this is, if I had my choice of a muscle car, this would be it, would be the 69 Talladega. This is the one car I'd probably want in real life over just about anything else. It's because it's got a unique history, it's got a racing pedigree, and it's just a really unique muscle car from the era. But this is it. This is it. This exact car in real life in one-to-one is what I would want more than anything else. Then just before that was this one, just a Mustang. I think the interior was white at one time, but it came out slightly off-white now over time. Again, just rattled in with the rattle cans. I think the interior was actually done with the testers. The interior is gloss on this one, so it must have been done with the testers paint. Again, these were back in the day. I didn't know much more, so all I used was just testers enamels and those stupid white testers brushes, because I just really didn't know any better. This one again came out really well overall. The hood is warped. I think it was like that all along. Again, I got the nice decals here on the engine and the battery. A very nice build, actually. It still holds up over time. This one, 92, 93. When I was still in college. So these were actually all boxed up, so any dust on here is just very recent, within the last 6 months since they've been on display. And this one I think I got when the kit first came out. Just a Viper GTS. I remember this one being a pain in the butt to build. I think the decals especially gave me trouble before I knew the things about microsol and microset. Can you go back over and with microsol and 25-year-old decals? Yes, I really don't want to find out, but I could. But again, it's turned out overall pretty well. It's definitely got some fingerprints on it and some dirt on it over time. Yeah, it's not perfect. It got some bubbles here in the paint. But again, not a bad display model. Not too bad to put on display. And lastly is this thing, which is another car I wanted really in real life when they first came out. So that tells you how long this thing is. When I built this, these were still being produced. And that is a black on black Taurus SHO. In fact, I still wouldn't mind having one of these. That's how well these cars were made, and how completely awesome they were at the time, as they still hold up 25 years later. Black on black SHO is definitely something I would not mind as a daily driver by any stretch of the imagination. So those are the 4 cars that I have actually sitting on the shelf with the other modern builds, and I got some ones that are in need of repair. These are the 2 biggies here. This is 70 Chevelle SS454. It's missing some parts. Bank bumper needs some repair. And this was, the body here was actually brush painted. You can see there's a mold line here. This was probably done in the mid 80s. I wouldn't be surprised if this kit was built somewhere in the 86 to 88 range. And again, it would be definitely from my youth as a car guy, because I still like cars, but to be honest, model cars are a lot cheaper and easier to work on than real cars. That's the main reason why. And I've been in an apartment for like 16 years now, and there's no way to work on a real car in an apartment. So I haven't been able to have an outlet for my actual one-to-one car passion, so I've just been doing it in models. And when I built these things in the mid-80s, our family car was a 71 Chevelle. That was Mom and Dad's daily driver. Those are the days long gone, aren't they? Where you could have a 71 Chevelle as the family car. And this is a 72 SS 454, because they didn't actually have a 71 model. I don't even know if they have one yet. So I had to stick with the 72 because that's the closest thing they had to Mom and Dad's 71. I think this one was actually rattle canned as this metallic blue. And wow, these wheels really want to roll, don't they? That looks all good. And I felt that this interior color is just kind of weird now that I think about it 30 years later, right? But it goes well, kind of goes well with the blue. And there's the complete engine. Pretty happy with that. So, yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. So those are 2 that are in need some repair. May not even be good enough to go out on display once they are repaired. And I got this one here, also obviously in need of repair. This Corvette. Now this Corvette I actually got at a garage sale, already built, and I resprayed it. So the paint on it is incredibly thick. I mean, it's very thick. You can't see the door lines hardly at all anymore. Well, it still overall looks pretty good. If you don't look at it too closely, it's not too bad. I like this one because the wheels steer. I thought it was kind of cool at the time. So this was, again, early 90s, probably when this was done. So this is in need of some repair if I ever decide to try and put it out on the shelf. And lastly, again, in repair, and another model kit which I really like, and I might try to find another one. This is one I might actually try and find and rebuild, and that's this Ford truck F-150. I like this one because the doors open, the hood opens. It's got the blower that fits under the hood. Again, this was brush painted. This was, again, in the 1980s that this one was built. I've got most of the parts, I think, and again, it's just in need of repair. I really always like this kit, and of all these that I've done here, this is the one that I would probably buy a new kit and redo it with better skills, because I think the kit itself is just awesome. So that's it. We are on time here, so while I'm figuring out what I'm going to do for my next project, these are just some of the kits I had when I was a teenager and in college. And I still have lying around. And again, all of these kits were built in the 86 to 95 range. And thanks for watching.